30 minutes left before the end of the NBA trade deadline in 2024. We'll talk about the deals that have already went down and any other deals that happen between now and then. But first, we got to play that intro.
Thank you for tuning in to the number one place for your basketball fix, NBA Central, hosted by the Cognac Boys.
Wrong intro, but nonetheless, same squad. It is what it is.
Right.
What's going on, basketball fans and Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of NBA Central, your number one spot for everything basketball related. I'm one of the hosts here, joined by Stevo. We on this trade deadline special, and bruh, they started early. I think the first trade went down around like 9 a.m. today, and it's just been a string of deals since then. One of the biggest deals to go down is a deal between the Pistons and the New York Knicks, in which they kept it was so funny because the initial deal was announced as Alex Burke going to the Knicks. It was like, oh, that's a cool trade, and then it just kept adding more and more players on top of it. So it ends up being the Knicks get Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burke. The Pistons in exchange are getting Quentin Grimes, Malachi Flynn, Ellen Fournier, Ryan Arcidiacono, and 2 second-round picks. The Knicks are really adding more shooting, more depth to their bench. They're gearing up for a serious playoff run. How do you feel about this deal for the Knicks, Stevo?
Exactly what you said. Like, I knew they was going doing this trade down. They're going to seal up some things so they can actually have a real attempt to go for that championship. And a lot of the reasons why they didn't make it in the past were depth. Some of the reasons why we're going in and out, we're seeing Julius Randle being hurt. That's affected them slightly, just a little bit. But that's been their main thing. Either they coming in hurt or they've been hurt throughout the duration of the season. So what's the best thing you could do, and just in case we don't know how long this situation is going to be with Julius Randle, shore up some more scoring, shore up some more defense, and that's exactly what you did with this trade. They definitely won this trade, bar none. Yeah, you lost some young dudes, but when you go into just the direction of trying to make a legit swing for that title, these are the exact type of moves that you make, and it's going to happen. And I feel like these moves are you're going to see it deep in the end, towards the end of the season and into a playoffs, because those type of players they bring in, like Bogdanovic, are big shot makers in key moments, and they've been in multiple key moments with other teams.
And I gotta commend the Knicks. You know, I hate the Knicks. It makes my skin itch to say anything positive about the Knicks, but I gotta give credit where credit's due. They built a solid enough foundation to where they were getting to the playoffs, I think, 2 years in a row. They then make the move for Jalen Brunson that really upped their ceiling considerably. And then after they realized now Jalen Brunson is that dude, they've been aggressive literally since acquiring Jalen Brunson. And now you've added depth. You haven't eliminated all the questions with your roster, of course. That is what it is. There's always going to be questions. But I think the Knicks have put themselves, after the OG Anunoby trade, then you add this on top of it. They have a really solid, complete bench, solid starting lineup, the chemistry all up and down that team. They're well coached. They step up defensively when needed. Mitchell Robinson, once he comes back and he's fully healthy and geared up for this playoff run, that's going to add another dynamic for them. They are expected him to be healthy by the playoffs. This could be a dangerous team in the Eastern Conference. I think right now they sit at third in the Eastern Conference, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Let me double check.
They are fourth. They dropped down
fourth.
to fourth. But they're tied with the Bucks. Tied with the Bucks, though. So this is a dangerous team. Do you think that can this finally be the time? I know we got other trades to talk about, but do you think the Knicks have enough right now on their roster to possibly make it out the East?
I mean, barring them actually, we had the conversation to get there. Usually you need a superstar, but if you don't have one, this probably the best chance you will get. You built your team, like you said, you built a solid foundation where y'all was going to the playoffs 2 years in a row. So y'all are not, without no hesitation, you're a playoff team. It's about putting in the right expectations around and just right players that fits with Tom Thibodeau in order to make that big swing, which they did. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Alec Burke was on this Knicks team, and Thibodeau did at one point. So, like, it was some familiarity there. And it's just two big shot makers that I feel like they needed the most. Like, don't get me wrong, like, what you getting with Brunson, what you get with a healthy Randle, but the Evan Fournier, me and Kev went into it on NBA Central, maybe a little bit of last year. There wasn't really a good relationship with the team and with Tom Thibodeau when it comes to Evan Fournier. And you felt like when they traded for him, he was probably having his best shooting stat wise of his career. He got paid like 80 million for it. So we thought he was gonna be a major key. And they just for some reason couldn't get on the same turn for the last 2 years, as well as people like Derrick Rose and such. So it was nice to see them to go out and feel okay. If you ain't got it with Eric, get with somebody you used to or formerly coach like a Alec Burke, which is a good substitute alongside getting another shot maker and an older guy and Bogdanovich. So it works. It works all the way around. I commend him for it. I hate it. I really do hate it. It sucks to see everybody in the damn East constantly improve. But hey, continuity ain't the only fucking thing.
Well, with that said, another team in the Eastern Conference, even with their best player out, is still making moves. That's the Philadelphia 76ers. They acquired Buddy Hield from the Indiana Pacers for Marcus Morris, Furkan Korkmaz, and 3 second-round picks. This is them adding shooting. This basically took them out of the running for DeMar DeRozan. There's still some rumors that they're still trying to acquire Andre Drummond before the end of this trade deadline. How do you feel about that deal for both teams? The Pacers, who have made a really big move in getting Pascal Siakam, I guess I could understand Marcus Morris is adding some depth to their bench, but overall, it seems like this was more of a salary dump to get Buddy Hield's contract off there.
Yeah, it was definitely on the Indiana side. It was definitely a salary. He had a nice little chunk of piece that was taking up a nice spot, but this was another one that bothered me. It bothered me to the core because it's somebody we've been saying for years. Like I could see him in the Bulls jersey. He kind of something we've been missing. Legit knockdown shooter is something we've been asking for, but it's gonna be tough to get him. But like just seeing that people that are better than some of these teams that we support are just saying like we're not cool with what we got. We constantly can get better, and that's what the great franchises do. That's the franchises that constantly make the playoffs a year realize I can't just stay right here, no matter what I've seen. I have to constantly improve this roster in order if I want to be here constantly. And that's what they did. That's what a ton of other teams on both sides did. So it was a good move. It was especially getting Buddy and for Indy to get off their books so they can possibly make even more moves to shore up their chances of being a legit contender.
And don't be surprised if Indy's a very heavy competitor on the buyout market as well. Another trade that went down today, the Toronto Raptors just keep getting more younger and more bites of the apple. They get Kelly Olynyk and Ochai Agbaji, who's the main part of this trade, in exchange for Otto Porter Jr., Kira Lewis, and a 2024 first-round pick. Now, this is interesting because they gave up a first-round pick in this year's draft for Ochai Agbaji, who was one of the youngest players in last year's draft. He's 23 years old. This guy is still supremely talented out on the wing, but I think this speaks more towards how teams view this weak draft class, because I saw people say, hey, I'd rather have Ochai Agbaji right now than draft late in this first round because of the talent there. I think this is Toronto Raptors taking advantage again, getting some more young talent there. I won't call it a rebuild, but they've done a serious retooling down there, and they get another shot at it with another young and then a big and Kelly Olynyk, who's probably going to be bought out per rumors.
Yeah, I think I would say it is a rebuild, but it's a rebuild in a different way that we're used to seeing. There's not really too many times we see somebody able to rebuild and still kind of have a positive outlook, because usually you just get young players with no promise. You got two young players that has a lot of promise on a team where they had a lot of experience in the playoffs. So that's different versus to another. So it's a little bit of a rebuild because, like you said, you stripped all your championship. Everybody's gone from that. So it's a whole different regime minus I believe the GM and some of the front office and the coach is gone. But you stripped everything down to the point where you have at least, if not two, you got one that you can legit build around on terms of you got your star that you might think is the franchise in Scotty Barnes, bringing in some more dudes that has promise but probably didn't work out in the places they were. It's just probably the new way, and I feel like a lot of teams, not only in the East but in the West, will look at Toronto of how that's the way you should try to rebuild versus what we've seen in the past.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I like the way Toronto did it. They waited into making sure they're like, all right, we think Scotty could be that guy. Okay, no, Scotty became that guy this season. Pascal, OG, thank you for your time. We're going to go in a different direction, and they still have enough veteran pieces around him too, where he has the leadership. Now they did also trade Thad at some point today, which we're going to talk about because I tell you what. We talked a lot about so far Eastern Conference teams. I want to get this last trade off in the Eastern Conference. We talk about some Western Conference teams. So the Toronto Raptors traded Denny Schroeder, Thad Young to the Brooklyn Nets for Spencer Dinwiddie. Now, we said the Toronto Raptors are going younger. They add a point guard in Spencer Dinwiddie, who is a vet at this point in time. But to me, did you want to come off Denny Schroeder that bad? Because I'm looking at Schroeder and Spencer Dinwiddie, and like they haven't had that much of a different impact this season.
No, I that might have been more of a push for Schroeder. Like maybe he just didn't want to be where he was at. That's just kind of. I feel like he's older in his career. He want to be more with a contender. So I think that was more of a push. But maybe it's just like what we look at how we expect players to be is probably not what always the front office sees. So maybe they seen something that we don't want to see. Maybe they want to Spencer more. Me personally, I think this was more of a push that they just wanted to get, because I don't know what's the contract Schroeder has, so maybe the contract was a little different. But besides that, I think it was just probably he wasn't happy or where the direction they was going, and he was like, "Yeah, can you possibly get me somewhere out?" And it's like, "Well, you want Spencer? Yeah, we take Spencer."
That's fair.
One of those type trades.
Yeah, for sure. Now, the Dallas Mavericks got busy today. So in one trade, they acquire former Bull Daniel Gafford from the Washington Wizards for Rashawn Holmes and some draft compensation. And then in the second trade, they traded with the Charlotte Hornets for PJ Washington, and they're sending Grant Williams to the Charlotte Hornets. Keep in mind, they just signed Grant Williams this offseason. So Grant and Seth Curry to the Hornets for PJ Washington, and they're also adding a defensive big, which they drafted in Derek Lively. Derek Lively's been playing really well. He's injured right now, so you add some depth. I think the Dallas Mavericks, again, they continue to be another team that it hasn't stayed stagnant. They keep making moves, and this move tells us too, at least for the Dallas Mavericks, they're not worried about that second tax apron because they definitely about to be in it.
Yeah, I really like the moves that they made today, mainly because I feel like they needed more athleticism on that side, especially with the bigs they're gonna go up against and have been going up against in the West. And you just notice, like anytime, especially with Derek being out, they was getting chewed up by any other big that was in the West. So they didn't really have the athleticism, nor if they did have the size and the strength, they couldn't score. So you just brought in one that is has the size, the athleticism, and PJ and can score. So you just added that alongside with Gafford just being a hustle player, athletic, can move his feet with some of the players in the West. So those were two good trades to me for the Mavs. They realized they're another person that's going to constantly be swinging to be at the championship. So they knew we need the depth. And I especially, I think mostly is because maybe we don't know how bad this injury shouldn't be as bad as it is. He should be on his way back, but we don't know the future of Derek this year, so maybe they were just shoring that up some more. So bringing in two big dudes that one can stretch the floor as well as be athletic, and one that can play defense, be athletic, get rebounds is something you definitely need.
Yeah, I understand what the Mavericks are looking at. Like we knew coming in once they re-signed Kyrie, it was all about they needed defenders, and especially big men who can protect the rim some. Because listen, Luka and Kyrie leave a lot to be desired for defensively at times. So even though I've seen games where Kyrie tries to, he's a lot like Zach LaVine in that sense. I've seen games where Kyrie's tried defensively and been like, "Where's this been the rest of your career?" But with that aside, you now have two big men with similar skill sets that can rebound, that can run the floor, that can get out in transition with you, that can dunk and do some rim protection. I think that's a smart move for the Dallas Mavericks, because once Derek Lively's back now, you have, even though Gafford's still young too, but now you have two big men, one on a cost-effective rookie scale deal. Daniel Gafford's getting paid $13 million a season. And now you're always going to have a really good defensive big out there at any point in time. So really smart move for them there.
Yeah, it was a smart move all around. That's probably, I think, next to what probably next. Hold on, we got breaking news.
Oh, what happened?
The Spurs are trading Doug McDermott to the Pacers.
Oh, that actually is not. I don't know what the framework of that deal is yet, but that's actually not a bad. They lost a lot of shooting with Buddy Hield.
Yeah,
Doug McDermott, if nothing else,
that's
is going to be able to shoot and stretch the floor some. So they go out, they get some more shooting. Doug McDermott's contract's about half of what Buddy Hield's was anyway. So we'll see what the final details on that deal
crazy.
are when they come out. That's a really good
Especially
deal there.
so they gave they're sending the Spurs. The Spurs are sending a future second round pick.
Okay.
No, the Pacers will send the Spurs a future second round pick. So we'll switch that around.
Okay, cool. I mean, listen, smart deal for the Pacers for sure. And at this point, the Spurs, like you had a veteran in Doug McDermott, I get it, but we knew he wasn't going to be re-signed there. And he was reportedly a buyout candidate anyway. The Pacers aren't going to buy him out; they need that. So, smart deal.
And then you can look. They can also look at Joe, who's also on the buyout market, I believe, too.
True.
Joe
and Doug McDermott, who played with the Pacers before, that's really where he started turning his career around, familiar with the city and the team. So smart deal. And you know what? That is the thing overall in this trade deadline so far. These teams have been really, really smart about what they've done so far.
Yeah, it hasn't been trade today. Like usually you get at least one, and we're getting close to the deadline. Usually you get at least one or two, but it's been very calculated. Very calculated.
Yeah, and that may be due to the new CBA and things like that. Now, we haven't talked about this. The Philadelphia 76ers, they did acquire Buddy Hield earlier. Now they are sending out Pat Bev to the Milwaukee Bucks for campaign and a 2027 second round pick. The Bucks, who need defense, that's going to be a player also who can help Dame play off ball some in some situations. I can see them definitely playing them. I like that move for Milwaukee Bucks, and I hate to say that again.
Okay, so there's an update. So hold the hell on. Okay, there's a lot going on. So the Pacers are trading Marcus Morris and the second round pick.
Oh, and that's what they just got. So that's basically going to make it a 3-team trade. And looks like the Atlanta Hawks are keeping DeJounte Murray.
Okay, that was smart by them.
I mean, yeah, if the market wasn't there, and they could always move him in the offseason as well.
Yeah, I'll be looking to trade somebody else there, but I ain't gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be petty today, but you know.
Yeah. So I mean, really good deal so far. We already know a couple of people are going to be bought out. Joe Harris has already said that they're going to be buying him out. Well, they already looks like they waived him. Shit. Okay, I didn't see that. They waived him already.
Who?
Joe Harris.
Oh yeah, they waived him. That's what I was like. They're gonna be
Killian Hayes got waived. That's where the Bulls market is, the buyout market, y'all. For those that don't know, we're 12 minutes away from the trade deadline. Any deal that we haven't talked, have we touched on everything?
I feel like we missing one. I don't know. We didn't talk about that Phoenix. Phoenix got Royce O'Neal.
Yes, you're right. We did not talk about that Phoenix deal. How do you feel about that? Do you think that pushes anything for them?
No, but I tell you what, that game we played against them when they were struggling that first half, I don't think that happens with somebody like Royce coming off the bench.
Okay.
He just brings more added stability when it comes to a 3-and-D player, which they could use. They didn't like you would think Josh Okogie is that he a better Josh Okogie in my opinion. In terms of shooting wise.
I can see what you mean by that.
Yeah,
man.
If we missing anything else.
It says right now, last that I've seen, says right now the Lakers, this is per Woj, the Lakers have been working to try to get a deal done and are not close to anything so far. So
yeah, they shoot for the stars.
Man. And well, that it's fun. If you want to shoot for the stars, cool. But you literally want to hold on to the best piece that you can get that can get you a star. The Lakers could get DeJounte Murray right now. All they have to do is put Austin Reeves on the table.
Oh yeah, we tripping. We forgot one of the biggest trades. The Hayward. Gordon Hayward.
Oh shit, we did not talk about. So Gordon Hayward is going to the OKC Thunder, and the Charlotte Hornets are getting draft compensation and Vasilije Micić back. Vasilije Micić, one of the better international point guards of the last decade, hasn't really made a huge impact at the NBA level. But Gordon Hayward's expected to be bought out, so that is what it is. Or do you think they made the OKC Thunder? They are one of the best teams in the West. Do you think they could use that for some scoring off the bench?
I mean, I like, especially how young they are. I wouldn't. I mean, don't tell me you're taking on a large contract. You're taking on a pretty penny. So I can see them wanting to buy him out, but I can also see them wanting to keep him because it's a lot of players on this team. I feel like he can relate to. There's a lot of players he can like. I feel like there is some people that he can't get in the way of, like both of Jalen Williams, but it's just how they decide to go about it. Like I can see if they try to keep him, I can see why they wanted him there. But at the same time, if they're willing to move on, which is what it sounds like they're trying to do, I also see I see the reason right there. We got a breaking news as well. The Milwaukee Bucks are trading Robin Lopez to the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, Robin. Okay, my brain automatically thought Brooke. I was like, what?
No, that would have been crazy.
Honestly, bro, I'm not even
upset.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I forgot Robin Lopez was still in the league. If I'm being 100% real with you, bro.
How you forget they on the same team with his brother? They always bullying the mascots before games,
bro. I mean, well, listen, the Milwaukee Bucks whole bench is nepotism. It's just all brothers are just there, so I'll be forgetting about that, bro. Like it's a nepotism bench, like.
It's very nepotism. I mean,
that's
it. They had to move one because they was like the league is catching on. They catching on. Like,
I mean, has Robin Lopez played in any games this season? Like how many?
I think he played against us.
Well, that doesn't count. I mean, it's us. He's
played
in 16 games this season. He started too. Shout out to Robin Lopez still getting them checks. Shout out to
with that short hook shot, he still ain't worked on yet.
He's averaging 1.1 points per game. He's Tony Snell averages out here, bro.
Hey, he can't even get on the team right now. They trying to get him. But yeah, that's tough.
8 minutes away from the trade deadline. Do the Bulls make a move there, brother?
Hell no. Hell no. I'm no. I'm not. Everybody been texting me. What you think we gonna do? Nothing. Not a damn, not a nothing. Not a damn, not a nothing. We might make a trade with a corner store. We might trade Javon for a pack of chips, maybe.
Man, listen here, bro.
Pack annihilators.
Listen, if we annihilators, if we get a pack of annihilators back for Javon Carter, I'm taking that deal. That's a solid deal.
Especially if they blue. On my mother, I'm taking it.
Yeah, for sure.
And a Hugs juice.
Not the Hugs. That's nothing but pure high fructose corn syrup, bro. Like there's not a lick of juice actually in that mug.
Oh my, they do not taste the same no more either,
bro.
Let's see. I mean, Chicago Sky made some deals today. At least that's about the only Chicago deals you're gonna get today.
Did that? I didn't even know the Sky made deals. They've been so focused.
Yeah, the girl that had the little situation with buddy from Houston.
Oh, she's a former Sky anyway, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, she just signed a training camp deal. That's about it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Chat, do we make a move?
No.
Do y'all?
It's watch with 6 minutes left. All of a sudden, AK be like, "All right, bet. Go ahead and announce the deal." And we're like,
This man said, Javon Carter for a pack of Backwoods. I'm crying.
No, see that listen, Backwoods are too versatile. That we're fleecing the store at that point if we get some Backwoods back, bro.
Some Phillips.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I ain't playing shit for the Bulls. They gotta pay me extra for this shit.
Nah, man, this is.
I ain't playing power forward for nobody.
Oh man, what a trade deadline though, bro.
Yeah, it was very
Oh,
Action
Lopez
packed,
will be waived by the Kings and become a free agent.
which he probably gonna stay. To avoid 1.5 upcoming contracts for the games played, Toronto are planning to waive Spencer Dinwiddie.
They're waiving Spencer Dinwiddie?
Mm-hmm. That's what they said they're planning to.
That's crazy.
But they said they wanna avoid that 1.5 up and coming contract bonus because he played.
I mean, listen, Spencer Dinwiddie, while not what he was a couple of years ago, this is still a guy who he started almost every game so far for the Brooklyn Nets. He's still shooting the ball right now, 40% from the field, 32% from three-point range, averaging 12 points per game with 6 assists and almost 4 rebounds. Like, oh, he's probably going to be one of the better. Oh, you know what's going to happen? Spencer Dinwiddie's going to the Lakers. Spencer Dinwiddie's going to the Lakers.
Or us.
We don't need another point guard, man. Come on, unless we're waving Javon Carter.
We don't, but who knows how we work.
That's true. We don't make sense. Nothing about
We
us
don't.
ever makes
Nothing
sense.
about us makes sense. We supposed to be making moves right now, are we? No. It's not even sad no more. It's just almost like it's funny at this point. It's just funny at this point where every year it comes around this time and you just don't expect nothing.
Yeah.
Like nothing at all. You just see everybody else, whether they good or bad. We be in the damn middle. Not even good or we ain't in the conversation or good or bad. We don't know what the hell we is. We weird. We be the good team, one of the best teams one year.
The 76ers are trading Jaden Springer to the Celtics for a second-round pick. That's just money trades at this point. You remember when AK said he was surprised by how many free agents wanted to come to the Chicago Bulls? You remember when he said that? Exactly. Like that's the point that I'm at right now. Just stop lying to us. I would much rather respect. I know he got a press conference coming out right as the trade deadline ends. I would much rather respect him come out there and just say, "Listen, we made some calls. We didn't like any of the deals that we made. We're not gonna do shit. We're just gonna ride."
And they lied again. They just said Alex Caruso is untouchable in trade talk. Y'all be lying.
Well, we knew they didn't want to. They never wanted.
But
to
they
trade
kept on saying, "Yeah, he is. No, he ain't. Yeah, he is. No, he ain't.
Trade
yeah,
deadline, Bulls day off. That's funny. You know what? That's all the trade deadline means for AK. He's like, damn, I got to come out of my nap to go do a press conference to explain to them why I ain't do shit. That's all it is. Man, listen, Jonathan, we are a long way from in Acme We Trust. That is done, bro. That's done.
The trust, hey, that bridge is been gone. It's burnt, seared up at the bottom of the river. Done. Drowning.
Yeah. So, yeah.
AK, you got 2 minutes. He talking about AK just shopping at Dollar Tree. Bro. Dollar General is his friend.
That's funny.
AKA the buyout market. I swear, if I see Joe Harris again, I'm gonna get some. My. We gonna get. So who are we got the pickings? Joe Harris. What's his name? You got Joe Harris. You got Spencer Dinwiddie. Wait, there was a trade that I see. I don't know if it went through. It was with like Rashawn Holmes and somebody else. It was
1 minute to the trade deadline. The Chicago Bulls have traded DeMar DeRozan and Nicholas. No, I'm just playing with y'all. They ain't doing shit.
Nigga, don't do that. Don't do that. Because I'm showing on Twitter like, the fuck is you talking about? Oh my, don't even do that.
Had to keep you on your feet, brother.
Toronto Raptors are keeping Bruce Brown.
Oh, well, that makes sense for them. Like, apparently, I got a bunch of people. Did y'all really think that was gonna happen? Like, come on, man. We're the Chicago Bulls.
You just pissed off 300 motherfuckers. I just hope you know that.
Oh man, listen.
Man.
And the
Well,
trade deadline has passed. Now, keep in mind they have to have it filed with the league before 3 p.m. There's a complete possibility a couple of more trades may come in here over the next couple of minutes, because you just have to file it with the league by 3 p.m. So we'll see if anything else hasn't gotten announced yet. But man, that's it. It's done. It's done, man.
The Boston Celtics are trading Delanto Branton to the Portland Trailblazers.
How do you heavily protect this heavily protected second round? How do you heavily protect the second round pick?
I didn't think that need much protection.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Man. That's it, bro. That's crazy.
There y'all. What that dude say on IG with the drinks? Well, that's all, folks. And there you have it.
That's
and
funny.
there you have it. Your trade deadline. Not a nail, not a nothing. Oh, so they turned that down. They turned what? They said they turned down 2 first-round picks for Dorian Finney-Smith. Yeah, ain't no way you turned down 2 trades. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's it. That is it.
That's it. That's it. We went through all the trades too. I mean, we can stay on for a couple minutes to see if anything else comes down. Like I said, because there's a yeah, that's really it. That's crazy. Another trade deadline of nothing. How do you go through a time where a player requests a trade and you still don't make a trade? Hey, bro, it's not happening, man.
I ain't never seen that before. like usually, like that's the first time in probably modern era. Like somebody asked for a trade and it didn't happen at all. Like you staying here.
No, there was a player that requested a trade a couple of seasons ago, and then they end up signing an extension with the team that they requested the trade from. I can't remember who it was, but that was more so of a role thing. And then, but they made other trades to open up a better role. I can't remember who it was, but same shit,
different day.
Nothing from the Bulls. They didn't even pinch the bitch.
He's talking about happy same year. Hey, yeah, it is a happy same year because ain't same shit happening. We don't know what direction we going to in this bitch. Hey, we got one motherfucking hope we got in, and it's in one motherfucker, Kobe White, and that's
Kobe
it.
White. That's it.
Hey,
that's
it.
Tough. That is it. Nobody's been surprised by this, man. We literally, I've been saying this the whole time. So
don't say we ain't warn you.
Yep. It is what it is. We'll be buyout candidates again. I'll have a video for the people from Chicago Bulls Central. I have a video out probably. There's a game tonight, so probably I will see. I'll get a video out on the buyout candidates, see how everything kind of settles. But Stevo, any last thoughts before we get up out of here, bro?
One last trade. The Warriors are trading Corey Joseph to the Pacers. Well, motherfucking another goddamn Eastern Conference goddamn trade.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing much else to say, but yeah, it is what it is. I mean, we ain't the only ones, along with Donnie V and Pelinka. That's we the main 3 that didn't make no moves.
Yeah, so, I mean, the people listen. Atlanta Hawks made everybody but 2 players on their team available. Didn't make no trades. The Lakers were trying to trade for just anybody. They couldn't make no trade. We didn't make no trade. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
So, hey, it is what it is. Hopefully, we get eat some grizzly burgers tonight or some shit.
Hey, they're gonna get some of that good barbecue down there. So it is what it is, man. But all right, y'all, man. Facts. Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to the trade deadline special, man. We'll see you guys the next time tonight. At least 3 more live streams for me tonight on Chicago Bulls Central, man. But this is NBA Central for Stevo, man. Make sure you guys following the show at NBA Central pod on every social media platform. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, NBA Central show at gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a voicemail and our text message, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls and NBA related. We out this bit.